5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. Ten seconds remain. Dire team pick.
They've got Donald.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Bang.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Clockwork.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Earth Spirit.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick.
Dragon Knight.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Enigma.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. Puck! 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
Brood mother.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Shadow Fiend.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. You may now select your heroes. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle.
In either of those positions.
Yeah, I guess you could like think about Battle Fury in a while, but not gonna be early enough to deal with the early Broodmother fight. Doing as OG, lots of drawing on the map, lines being thrown out everywhere there from Fly. Dirac, scout out and look for anyone warding across the river there. Just holds up onto the ramp, keeps his observer ward hidden on top of his staircase. Make sure no one sees him come across. Ward down, and look at that. Sentry in from J4. They think the ward has been placed by Jirax already. Such a sneaky little guy. Faking out the ward placement.
Yeah, sick little play from Jirax, using his movement to waste out that sentry. And, yeah, I guess I'm watching Noto. Camera stuck.
Is it actually? What? Yeah, I know people that have had that bug before, quite an old one, right? But I've never had it myself. I feel fortunate now.
Well, I'm a huge No-Tail fan.
You get to watch the Broodmother lane all game long.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, bounty runes, it appears that Dog will get the 3-for-1 special. Solution does grab his and heads towards the mid lane. What is happening here? Borania Puck mid lane up against Resolution SF. Bane in behind, but Dirac, he's got the obs ward down. Still smoked for a little bit here. Curious snipers. The now observer ward placed in by Planet Dog. But the classic Fly Rasta sitting mid. Deny creeps, harass back, trade regen with your opponents, and Chef Jarman does this so damn nicely. It's just something you have to deal with, right? Bane has to be here. Make sure Puck is kept.
Yeah, this is, I think, a very common thing. These are like the two best heroes for doing specifically this. Bane is really good at trading with the enemy hero, and Rasta is just the king of denying creep. Because he has so much base damage. So they kind of do like different things. They want to get different stuff done in these lanes, but at the end of the day, the purpose of them being here is the same. They want to shut down the enemy mid laner, not that.
Trouble is, null and triple branch here for the Puck means last hitting for Resolution not as easy if you would like it.
Yeah.
0-2 to the Puck, 4-2 so far, and they've got Milan biding his time, ready and waiting. Like as soon as Fly oversteps, this kind of box here, as soon as he goes into this area, the Clockwork's going to come in and absolutely ruin him. They've held their wave on top of their ramp, so things reasonably good there. I don't want to take my eyes off that mid lane. I know there's other stuff happening. Brood against DK. The farm trade is going kind of as expected for now. DK a little bit ahead, but likely see that out. Or do you think DK slams this lane?
I think initially it's pretty even. Brood just farms. As the lane is going to progress, I think No-Tail's going to have those jungle camps to go into after he pushes out the waves. Go jungle and farm. So eventually he's going to start overtaking this.
Starting early, it looks like. Bounty runing up all the way across. Very quick, moving across that terrain. Of course, the DK can't. Saw Jirax and Milan both kind of angling in towards mid, but they'll move up to top with a roll forward. Ditya all alone here. He got himself the Jinku Mastery stacks, but S4 baiting in for the Earth Spirit play to come forward, and First Blood spilt top lane.
Yeah, good rotation from Jirax. I'm actually watching these position 4 heroes mirror each other's movements. Saw Clockwork run down bottom to get the bounty rune, try to make something happen.
A nice little cogs from Invis. Fairy Fire. Yeah, jaunts forward, but the shackles coming through onto the Puck. There's a phase shift ready with a salve, but Jirax doesn't want any of this nonsense. One hit, a roll, anything, but no, it lands onto Milan. Somehow tanks it up, but still. The shock and the clicks from Fly will be enough to secure it, and they farm up the cogs. I don't see this often from teams. I feel like it's an underutilized kind of, not a trick, but just something to do. But farming cogs if there's nothing else going on around. So many people just leave them.
Yeah, I believe it's 17 gold per cog, so it's like a third of a creep, half of a creep. Something like that. But not, definitely not bad. For support, it's gold. You really do notice it. So, good at
wow. Jirax kicking J4 back in behind the tier 1, and Resolution unable to get the kill. They tried to give it to him, but it looks like Jirax there, the Orb of Venom ticked over and got him the final little bit of damage.
Yeah, and as I'm stuck on No Tail, I can tell you that he's farming just great down in the bottom lane, utilizing this hard camp next and getting bonus creep kills while also he's having a pretty good time. But so is DK. I actually think when you pick DK off lane, you kind of run the risk of getting nothing out of the laning phase. But matching up against this Brood, it seems like he's doing just fine.
Yeah, he's another core hero. You know, he's out farming everyone else on his team. The one right now. No Tail wrap up the double bounty rune, but Mag will be able to take bottom one. Jirax chased away by Milan. A hasted Bane towards top lane. They get the boundless strike in onto S4. Doesn't appear as though Planet Dog are able to really capitalize on this movement across the map they've made. Two heroes, the two supports. They converge in on top, but Jirax and S4 just a little bit too slippery. And like you were saying with this Enigma, S4 is just permanently in this box. Denying creeps, dragging it back, holding the wave kind of just in front of his tower. So there is the chance of TP rotations from the team. He's very, very defensive. Now they're setting up to try and bait Ditira again. They know he's an aggressive player, and you can feel after him dying the first time, he's going to want revenge. Try and find him, but observer board in from Planet Dog behind, I believe, has now seen.
Yeah, it spotted him out. He was up at the peak. Now he just falls back to stack. S4, making the most of his time here. Patience is very difficult for Clockwork. This is like one of the big advantages of Enigma. When you're sitting there with your Eidolons, you feel very safe. Because if anyone tries to go for a dive for you, with TPs in, and just... You can very easily turn that around. Almost always get a counter kill using the fog. As Ditira's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, he sure is. Jirax with the body blocks. And S4 again with a kill. Playing around this Enigma really nicely. OG giving a lot of room to get kills, to farm, to get all this experience. And No Tail, in the meantime, is doing something very tricky. Pulling waves across, baiting out the breathe fire from Mag, and maybe going for a little bit of a poke here, but with level 2 Dragon Blood, difficult. Take the DK down. King brings forward the roll, does not connect. No Tail doing a good job, you know, cutting waves, farming multiple camps at the same time, and this has pushed the wave into the tier 1. He's done so much structural damage. Likely going to be able to bring that tower down in the next minute.
Yeah, OG's doing a very good job of like utilizing this catapult wave on 2 places at once. Jirax is actually in a bit of trouble now.
Just trapped in the cogs.
Yeah. But what they're doing like strategically here is really smart. They move up 3 heroes top, they use the Enigma Eidolons, and just force this wave in with the catapult to try to apply pressure. And what that's doing, in the meanwhile, you get No Tail putting waves behind the tower, and this creep wave runs into the tower and the catapult's just... So, they get a lot of tower damage done out of this first catapult, simply by moving their heroes top, or supports to be unable to go bottom.
Oh, Barania shackled up. Nice attempt at a phase shift, but after using the orb already, he will take a tumble now. Milan has trapped Jirax in. A few little hits will get him a killing spree, so Clockwork has been trading off here, even though Planet Dog have really felt like the losers in a lot of these engagements. The numbers, they look okay, 5-3. Overall, feeling of these lanes definitely OG favored, but too much top resolution from just going back into the jungle, shrining, farming up a couple of these nice little stacks that have been made for him. So nice to have. Like that's another great thing about the Rasta mid, right? Like you're denying, you're harassing, you're being this annoying little bastard, and then like we used to see from Io before, he just goes back to jungle camp. Here you go, Shadowfeet.
Yeah, I think Fly's doing a great job of like deciding where he needs to be when, and making sure that he has time to do stacking. He's rotating. He was mid helping his Shadow Fiend out, and normally when you kind of like try to do all this stuff, usually you have to make sacrifices, but Fly's just adjusting his timing so well that he's managing.
Oh, look at this. Jirax walks through the river, but it's the backstab from Milan. Maybe Jirax can save the resolution SF with a 6 silence after the roll. Rezo, though, going to get orbed across the shackles into everything else from the puck. Will secure the kill, but look who's arrived. No Tail. Turn it into a Ditira rotation. The Monkey King coming in, but they've killed the puck, and now they can maybe look for the Bane, but No Tail. Got bigger targets, bigger fish to fry. Moving into Ditira under the tower. He's fighting Fly, but he'll fall as the spawn spiralings clear him up. Now it's just a 5v5 brawl mid as Dragon Knight arrives, stuns up the Broodmother, finally takes her down. I guess it wasn't a 5v5 as S4 is the one hero to stay his lane, shoving out top.
Yeah, it's a 2-for-3 trade, but S4 gets a bit of free farm up top, and he's closing in on that Midas. Actually, I do even think he has
career.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
He's
He is
super
very
rich.
farmed this game. Yeah, now Puck is forced up to the top lane. Let's see what they do with that, knowing that he cannot be mid. So he just goes.
Kind of what I feared about the Puck, having to spend a lot of your time
Rezo.
kind of dealing with what's going on. He's being chased down. You're right. Yeah, Mag with the breathe fire. The nice raindrops, though. Resolution, his last charge, in fact, will secure them a kill for Fly onto Mag. Very deep. I mean, it would have been well worth it for Mag if he had managed to get that kill, but the one raindrop charge remaining popped by the fire.
Yeah, and that's a very big kill for us that he had experience for. Mag is already level 9, so getting all that experience as a level 5 Rasta feels really good.
Yeah, he's nearly level 6. This is before the tome's even out.
Yeah.
So now Jirax can be like, sick, Magnetize is coming, boys.
A prize.
So looking at S4's Enigma now, the Midas is kind of that platform to launch you into these bigger items. Are there any real sticking items that you want to see S4 pick up, or is it going to be the classic Blink BKB?
Yeah, after watching him play it yesterday, I think he was most probably going to go for BKB. Which order is a bit hard to say. That's usually down to player. In this game, I think he's going to go Blink. As we're approaching 10 minutes, you have the second catapult wave coming. So expect to see some OG. Let's see what they do. Last time they did this 3-1 split where they made a play for the bottom tower with Brood. And now they're doing something similar. Both supports smoked up top, waiting for that catapult to arrive. As for his Enigma.
Come on, Fly, leech experience. Don't be shy. At that level 6, don't let S4 take everything from. At least there's a push here from Planet Dog into mid. Resolution sat very, very deep on his side of the map by his own tier 2, but he's walked into Milan still. Away by the cogs, not trapped inside, which potentially would have opened him up to a death if Borania decided to move across. So the tower trade, mid for top.
Yeah, generally you consider this mid tower to be more valuable, but I think OG having their SF farming in the meanwhile and their Broodmother also free farming in the meanwhile are very happy with this trade, and it looks like they are making a play for the tier 2 now.
Fly has his level 6. Smoke in from Planet Dog, but it's OG who make the first move. Borania Dream coils up Fly, trying to delay these shackles, and it looks like they'll be able to bring him down, but they're going to go for the grip into the back. S4, he's managed to get away from this though as they cancel the grip, and OG only lose their Rasta as Milan is dropping very low. I think Jirax can really finish him off as he'll be looking for a rolling boulder away. Oh, silences and stuns, rolls across the high ground. No mana for TP though, he's just going to have to try and walk this one off, buy some time, force some TPs. I mean, that's 50 gold expenditure by J4. It's time wasted. Jirax is maybe not going to be happy with this, but he's definitely made them work for their dinner.
Yeah, he got half of the mid tower on Broodmother in the meanwhile while all this was going on. On top of just farming out this like little triple area of creep camp. So, base created for sure.
And now Fly starts on, so this Monkey King gets the shackles in, and No Tail with a medallion up. This is going to be a dead monkey, it looks like, unless he can juke through the trees. He tries to turn into one, but No Tail, he knows the tricks of the trade. Take down the Monkey King there as looking at Brood. Medallion up, full ring, normal. Radiance is queued, and I've not seen this in a while. What's the... Look, if there's a big reason behind this.
I'm not an expert on Brood, so I'm not really too sure. I see it sometimes in pubs, but most recently it's been like this Desolator Roshan build. But it might be because he's playing in the side lane instead of playing around mid, that he wants to go for it.
They finally found S4. He's gonna die.
He's
Damn
dead.
good.
Alright, so he's going mech this game. I cannot, I don't know. S4 has opposite mindset of me. I guess that's for me to learn.
Oh geez, what's going on mid lane? There's a big old battle in the river. Oh, it's just a Bane, who cares? Little pick off there for OG. Maybe it'll get them a tier 1 in the mid lane. But that into a nice objective.
Yeah. And I think the feeling of this, the way this game is flowing on, feels like it's OG that are kind of like getting what they want out of the game. Even though it's pretty even trade, I feel like this Broodmother is controlling this entire area where she wants. Like, the big thing for their lineup is that this Brood has as good of a game as she does. I think this is going to be the main point. And Shadow Fiend just with cover farming and making sure that he survives fight is going to be enough for him to bring him back into the game. As they're going to have to use most of their attention on this Brood. So it feels like they need to get something no DK. They have a lot of pickoff heroes, but they're really not fighting like advantageous pickoffs. Whenever they get a kill, it feels like they also lose one and lose a tower in return. Every time.
Been A lot of very slick weasel-like plays from Jirax and Fly to kind of get in and out of these fights without losing too many of their own brothers. As hook shot onto Jirax. Fly's going to throw the Serpent Wards in. King ulti is expended. OG, not sure if they want to go in here, but the Requiem from Rezo will be thrown for good measure, but the 2 supports will die from OG. Serpent Wards be wasted a little bit, but heal back off, get back to their side lanes. S4 still farming away, getting their full utilization out of the hand of Midas, and now full mech completed. About going for another play like that potentially in the near future. Without dying this time.
So, really, these 2 deaths, because they're so deep onto the Dire side, there isn't really much that Planet Dog can get out of it. You know, they're gonna shove out lanes, but that's about it. There's no, like, objective that they can really turn to immediately, or anything along those lines. Taking a look at warding, you can really tell, like, the mindset of the Dire wards are all fairly defensively placed. They're barely across the river. Whereas, if you look at the Radiant wards, they're very, very deep, trying to give you this information of all these kind of rotations. Normally, this signals what they want to do in the game. When you have these deep wards, it's probably going to be the split, try to get as much as possible out of the map, and punish people that's...
I do like this ward in particular. The way that S4 has been playing, this one ward gives him a huge chunk of the map to farm in pretty... Unless it's smoke. But it means that top lane is pretty open for OG to keep the push going as Jirax, found by Milan, but maybe it's Milan that's been found by Jirax here as he pops the Magnetize, baits the Clockwork to stay a little bit longer, and Fly arrives with the help of this little Enigma arriving. Milan hook shots away, trying to escape, but dead to S4 regardless. He converge on this tier 2. Top.
Yeah, it's a tower trade, bottom lane mag is pop the Dragon Form, but I mean, it's a tier 2 to tier 1 trade. Even though I'm sure PD are happy with this thing. At the end of the day, you know. Oh, actually, it looks like they might want to...
There, comes from PD, TP out. Well, Puck is still sticking around. And S4 probably aiming for this black hole to come in. Dragon Knight's going to get shackled up. He's got his Shadow Amulet there to go invis, but Fly's ready for him. Sentry already pre-placed. The DK for that tier 1. Definitely feels though that Planet Dog, you know, with the queuing up of their items, they're trying to finish off these initiation tools. They've got the blink on Puck now. The Shadow Blade from DK is coming. What they're able to actually do with it. A big 5-man group up and push could be what they're looking for. But it's difficult to find a place to do it. You've taken down all the tier 1s. Radiant Jungle, not really somewhere you want to play into. Like you were saying, their wards not covering that bottom third of the map. Just watching out for smoke rotations, watching to kind of protect their farming patterns as Broodmother caught here by the grip and the Bound of Strike, but No Tail, he's so quick in these webs, he's out of there already.
Yeah, and this is a bit of what I talked about in the early, like in the drafting stage, where this Broodmother is extremely difficult for the kill with only 2 heroes. They need to get it perfectly set up to have a potential chance to do it. They really need to invest a lot to just control them, and No Tail's fully aware, farming super aggressively, making sure that, you know, he's giving information to his team. Where are these heroes? What are they up to? And now the Fiend's grip is down, and they didn't really get much out of it. So it's looking grim for PD. I feel like with their draft, they wanted to be more ahead in the lane. They don't really have heroes that are scaling in terms of damage well. They have like this burst of spells, and then that's pretty much it. So I'm not really sure what they're going. I feel like they need to do something to break up this game flow. The way it's looking right now, beneficial for
the classic smoke and try and swing the game somehow. Yeah, but like in the draft, we were kind of looking at this. When they're ahead or when they're playing aggressively, you know, they flick the switch and they're like, cool, we're going to find a kill, turn it into more. They definitely do have a lot of merits, and things like this, with the hook shot pairing up with this Puck, they've caught S4, but his mech and his 1 charges, he's got 12 stacked up. He can turn and maybe get a black hole if the battery assault it dissipates fast enough. S4 surviving. He's not going to die. The Enigma keeps himself up and running. They blink forward. Boron is trying to get into battle, but S4! He turns. He black holes with a Serpent Wars in. OG somehow outplay Planet Dog from start to finish. What?
Yeah, and there you go. That's the reason for the mech, I guess. He recognizes that they lack damage to kill him. With that mech, he barely has enough life to be able to bait them in and turn that around. So really, S4 showing his understanding of like the hero's limitations. Making a huge play.
I mean, you had literally made the point, you know, less than 2 minutes beforehand. They've got this burst of damage that they can try and, you know, catch someone out. But, I don't know, man, watching S4 play Enigma is something else. But it feels like after a move like that fails, doesn't pan out as expected in the most disastrous and morale-destroying way, coming back into this mentality where you kind of need to be playing aggressively, get the Monkey King involved, and have Ditira actually start to play Dota 2. You know, he's been farming and trying to make action happen for the past 10 minutes, but really not been working out. A big smoke is definitely what they need to try and break this rhythm. The trouble is that the Ward might just spot them as they pop it. And it does. OG know everything.
Yeah, and looks like they just want to use Jerax to pop the smoke and then roll on out of it. They're perfectly aware. They're just checking if they're going for Roche.
Holds that high ground. Radiant scanning Roshan, so they might be baited in here a little bit. From Barania, expecting maybe a Jerax play. He's super scared about this silence into roll into stuns. The puck doesn't have that Yule Scepter just yet. Blink, Dream Coil ready, but it looks like Planet Dog giving up for now. Not posturing up against OG, realizing that maybe they're a little bit too strong.
Yeah, Jerax had really great positioning. He knows where to hide, so he's sitting in fog, but still gets vision from his creeps to pop that smoke. And as Planet Dog, when you run in there and you don't see anyone as your smoke pops, and the enemy team sees you from the creep, it's immediate out. There's nothing you can really do with that. They just decide to back off right away.
Dire's middle tower is under
Notel, the bodyguard of Roshan now, to that dire jungle where he's getting vision, information about the enemy team, and the rest of OG have smoked up.
under attack.
To utilize this information as they got full vision here. The two-man grip into the roll onto Bane. Perfectly played by Jerax as he catches the DK in the back with the stun. Wukong's command is going to get thrown by Ditira. And a good boundless strike into the puck combo as well. Barania's caught the two of them. But I don't know if this is going to work out. Maybe with the buyback from the clockwork, they'll hook shot in. And this is Planet Dog responding with action. Jerax will be forced to roll away, but it's Resolution that they want to catch. Earned up and sprinting out. He has a Shadow Blade in a second. And I don't know they do. They have the dust reveal from Milan as he buys back and salvages this team fight that looked like an utter disaster as Resolution finally falls. Planet Dog, they get something.
Yeah, very beautifully played team fight. In this case, you know, OG had the superior vision. They had the Broodmother scouting everything out. They had all the information they wanted for that fight, but Planet Dog just showing how good they are playing these team fights and micro engagements in this fight going in their way, and a huge puck silence with Dream Coil was really what prevented this Shadow Fiend from getting anything.
The Requiem, no Serpent Wards. Broodmother got kind of cut out of fight. Far eastern side of it. Couldn't really re-enter, but next time around, OG, they'll have their ultis, Black Hole, Requiem ready.
Yeah.
Four is moving into that box score yet again. PD, they get across the map, they get an objective, they get a tier 2. Nice little team fight win. Swing things back into their favor as we take a quick look at the graph here. That was like a 3.8k net worth lead down to pretty much 0 now, I want to say. 1k lead for PD. Things definitely... The status quo has been broken. Back to normality for them.
I think more than anything, this team fight is important for their morale. Like, you saw these plays that they were going for earlier with maybe like too few heroes for these plays. They know that they don't have the damage to make this happen, but they just feel the need to do something because the game wasn't flowing their way. But now, after winning a fight like this, it wouldn't surprise me to see them play a lot more comfortably, recognizing that, you know what, even though maybe this game hasn't gone as we expected, we still have enough resources to be able to take OG in these fights. So, most likely they're gonna like chill out a bit, just farm, and not stress too much about finding forced fight. Make better decisions overall, thanks to just 1-1 team fight.
Definitely feels like they've kind of opened up this window while Milan, the hook shot onto Broodmother, trapping her inside the cogs. OG trying to respond here with a mech from S4 ready, but he's just going to black hole. Get the kills on these other two lands as DK and the Clockwork both take a tumble. While down at bottom lane, Resolution. Oh, he's being found by Ditira. He's being slaughtered here. As J4 and Ditira come in. Two plays across the map. A pretty even exchange, I want to say, but maybe just PD favored, actually, looking at the Brood and SF die.
I think they're very happy with this trade. The Black Hole was expended as well, so this gives them an opening to do something once their heroes respawn. And they killed two of the main cores in this game. I think for Shadow Fiend, when you're having a pretty struggle start because he was forced to dual lane and he didn't really get that many levels, dying for him hurts a lot more than most of these other heroes. He really wants to spend most of this game alive from this. just to be able to recover and make sure that he has a really good.
Radiant's
PD, it
bottom
feels like their window, especially since OG don't have BKBs and they don't have them kind of queued up in the near future. And even when they do get their BKBs up, they've got, what, 2 ways to pierce through it, Fiend's Grip and Hookshot. So I feel like PD don't really have, you know, the fears that you normally have moving into the later stages of the game. Lincolns, like BKBs, these defensive tools that stop you from getting these kills when PD have spray jump ability. Thinking about those defensive tools in the near future as we're looking at S4 going for 4 staff, a Skadi being built by No Tail, interesting enough, but I guess you think about the Monkey, the DK, these kind of tanky strength melee cores, very susceptible to getting slowed down, attack, move speed, nasty up against them. No Tail moves towards Pit. Out.
Yeah, and I think it also tells you a little bit about like what his mentality is in this game. No Tail is playing this role where he wants people to go for him. He wants to take attention. And this is probably why also he went for this Radiance route, where he, even if he's just being stun locked or just hanging around in the area, he's able to output damage. And going for the Skadi instead of BKB makes it so that he tanks up his HP and is tanking more spells instead of deflecting these spells onto different heroes. So that might be a reason for why he's deciding to do this, to like even further ensure that, you know, his other cores are able to play their team fights.
So classic No Tail.
Yeah.
Like his build, you think, oh, Radiance is a greedy item, but point you made there. Being a damage sink for the rest of his team. Selfless nature. Milan and J4. Farming Ancient. That's not so bad.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Bane and a Clockwork casually farming Ancient. But I guess
the closest I've seen to this, when the old Alliance 3 years ago, I think, they tried this. Oh, it was Ursa and it was Ursa Wraith King. When Ancients used to spawn at like 0,
yeah,
they would go Ursa Wraith King and take the first Ancient camp over. It was Dire side only. They'd take this Ancient camp when it was the old camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go kill it, and then they go to lane. So they'd be like almost level 1 on 2 heroes. It was like the pseudo level 1 Roshan strat.
Yeah, I mean, Loda, I know he's a huge fan of these like wonky things that nobody would expect. Doesn't surprise me.
TeamSpeak issues again, potentially. Packet lost this.
No, just Packet lost.
Packet.
Yeah.
Packet containing the E has disappeared somewhere down the tubes of the internet. Big old arrow drawn by J4. They've got a smoke on them. They've dewarded. They've sentryed up. They know there's no vision from OG right here, as there was before in their last smoke attempt from that mid lane. Group together as 5. No one split pushing out. All of these lanes, you know, it's information for OG to gain. No one's defending or farming top. There's no one over in this jungle area where they've got some vision. Definitely feels like a play around the Roshan area is inevitable. So Jirax is going to do the thing that a lot of supports do now. Just walk down the lane, see if there's anyone to shake hands or high five with, and he's going to get snapped with a coil. But this is a bigger kill in the back that's actually been sneaked away here by PD. They've not gone for 1, they've gone for 2 and secured them both.
Yeah, very well played by them, and now that they finally have picked up damage items on their heroes, they're able to make these plays with less investment. You know, just the Monkey King and the DK was enough to bring down the Brood, whereas before you saw 2 hero gank and it wasn't even close. Like, I do believe it was a Monkey Bane at that time. 2 cores instead. And now they're looking towards Roche. This game is panning out pretty well for them, but you always got to keep this Enigma in mind. I think he's kind of been like pretty silent the last couple of minutes, and he's finished off an Octarine core, and he has that 15% cooldown reduction talent, so you should expect to have Black Hole in almost every single team fight from now. And once he picks up that BKB, it's just going to make everything.
For top net worth, Hogjam.
Yeah.
13.7k with that hand of Midas going. Looking very good. Roshan will fall there. The Planet Dog. Nothing that OG could or would do about it. Too much of a risk as Resolution ripped up under this tier 2 down at bottom. He's shadowbladed up over towards the western side as a Serpent Ball trap onto Milan, and he's missed his hook shot. Moving through the Midnight Pulse, S4. He's trapped here now. Potentially he's going to try and turn a black hole, but he's stunned by this DK, and Mag pops his BKB, chasing down the Enigma, but S4, ooh, thought maybe he's tanky enough, but a final hit from Ditira with that nice bit of bonus damage. Bring him down, so Rasta and Enigma falling, but they kept Resolution alive, and like we were saying, pretty important for him just to be able to stay on this map and keep farming.
Yeah, 5 heroes are down bottom, so now Resolution heads back up top, pushes it out. No-Tail positions himself in this area where he knows that there are enemy heroes, uses these spiderlings to scout stuff out. And I feel like they're really good about doing this. They always keep Rezo in the safer place on the map, and they put No-Tail where it's scary to be. And I think this is exactly what they need to do to get Rezo to cover fully and be able to free farm as fast as possible. Bottom, Ra is going to get a hello from No-Tail's spider army and the hero itself. And maybe try to force over some rotation. Clockwork is just
Top tower is under attack.
deciding not to.
Oh, a bit of a panic moment there. The stream went down, but it looks like it was a Twitch issue. No dropped packets or anything here. Just, if you're there, hit refresh. If you can hear me, press refresh. Check chat. F5 the shit out of your browser right now. Something that's on our end, probably just a Twitch in. Looks all good now.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Our
next big
stream's been DQ'd.
Oh, is that the
Yeah.
nice
Good
ESL
stuff.
admins? But yeah, the next big item timing here for OG is going to be when they finish off these BKBs on Resolution. And what PD is trying to do is they want to hit this timing before that even happens, and really just make sure that they use the fact that they got their BKBs faster and are hitting this earlier timing.
Right. Bottom lane. Let's focus on this now. Pulse in. Ira. Back away. Barania TPing very forward there. Not sure if OG saw that happen. We have an observer board on the high ground, but potentially the puck, yeah, was just out of range of that obs board. Towards the top to try and stop that push coming in from OG. Right now, feels like it belongs to the Dire team. Anyway, holding that Aegis, of course, gives you a lot of leeway moving across this map, and OG very defensively kind of sitting back, farming with Eidolons, with Spiderlings, information on where PDR, because they've been sneaking around, hiding, and OG haven't had a chance to place any vision out in their own jungle or defensively. They've got one ward up out on the map when they were pushing tier 2 bottom. Resolution, very aggressive, kind of just walking forward towards the tier 2, and not a fear in the world. He knows that his team is there to back him up. Things go wrong, but Fly doesn't have the rest of his team to back him up. They are moving into position though, and maybe with his chain stuns, he's bought enough time here for S4 to come in. But Mag and Barania will clear the rest up before OG can get quite in position.
Yeah, I think Fly's idea here top and get them.
A prize.
They didn't really expect this so deeply. J4. It gets him a big pick off. That's probably gonna leak.
Radiant's middle tower.
Whose
is under
idea?
attack.
Kill some towers, boy.
Middle tower has fallen.
J4 tracking back on No-Tail. Nightmare into potential grip. They've got the chains done in, and Ditchira's arriving. Barania is already on top of the Brood, and a quick and simple takedown. Dog now knocking on the doors of these tier 3s. You might think that No-Tail will have to buy back soon, but Resolution, he's cutting waves and split pushing super nicely. Dog have to focus their efforts on top or middle.
Yeah, they do still have these two. So they're. Nag is just gonna go to high ground.
How does Jirax know? how does he do this?
Just has a feeling, I guess. You know, he knows where he would position himself normally. Takes it in that direction ish.
So smart.
Or it's just luck. I don't know. You decide.
I always like to err on the side of, you know, skill and meaningful tacit decisions rather than luck.
I mean,
just in case someone calls me a fight.
I feel like, you know, skilled players are just lucky very frequently. That's really just what it is.
They put themselves in a position.
No, they're
where
just
things can
lucky a
work
lot
out.
more often. That's what. I don't think there's any such thing as.
Is that
skill.
why you outrank me?
Probably, yeah. I just have better luck than you.
I don't know if I feel good or bad about that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, at least it's not something that I can fix. Something that you're born with, I guess.
I mean, obviously it's someone else's fault.
Yeah,
You're a
for
Dota
sure.
player.
Never my fault. Really nice movement there by Resolution, realizing that the Clock's Force staff would move him into a different position, place him out from the cogs, swung up while his teammate bot. He moving out across the map though, would have liked to get maybe a bigger kill than just a Clockwork, you know, like a Monkey Aegis and a Monkey kill even.
Yeah.
Seeing as the Aegis gone.
Looks like they're going to try to use this pickoff to get that tier 2 top tower. It's not really a game changer at this point. It's really just making sure that if they decide to split push and do play with these Eidolons or with Resolution or with Fly, they have easier access to the base. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really change the game too much, but it enables split pushing a bit more.
Mag, the Dragon Knight, split pushing himself, bottom lane. Piranha, full Scythe of Vice, moving into the Dagon next, it looks like, is coming in, smoked and hasted. Strike, the rest of his team swinging from this shrine to the east of the puck as they move forward. They've caught onto one, the Shadow Shaman. Gonna die straight up to the rest of OG. Found a way to escape. The Fly just gives us life. Pretty good there. OG just buying time, making sure that they're not going to lose any tier 3s or any big damage on their base. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's happening? No Tail. He walked back in the middle of them. Planet Dog ready.
Yeah, gets caught out on this. Actually, he does not have a buyback here, so this could be a fairly big moment for them. They recognize this and try to go for some kind of push. But it looks for now, they're just trying to get the lanes in, and no Tail sending Spiders bottom. Rezo was down there before, and if you look at Resolution the last couple of minutes, he's picked up a lot of farm, and he's catching up very well. So even though this Broodmother's dead, if they manage to outlast this and finish up this BKB on S4... Actually, no, he's deciding to go for a Shiva's card.
Okay.
Never mind that.
Thank him up a bit more.
Yeah.
Get that chase power. Orania straight in with the Hex. Alright. Deal with this puck, forcing the Yule Scepter. This sets up for the Boulder Smash and the Requiem from Resolution. Face shifted out by Borania. He's going to orb himself away, but in comes the Dream Coil. They've got the BKB monkeying into battle. I'll bring down Fly as Rezo taken out by the DK and Monkey. He's got buyback, but at this point you've lost your tier 3 and I don't think you can defend your racks. You have a glyph, but Borania just blinks in. Hex is up again, and S4's in a lot of trouble. Still with that black hole. Finger on the trigger. Don't know what OG can do up against this. Broodmother's now coming back alive, and it might be time for Resolution to buy back. But being a very swift kind of closing moment here for Planet Dog to bring down potentially 2 lanes of racks. OG pushed into a desperation position where smoke from Enigma found by the puck in the back of this battle. Titira and Mag both looking to escape. And there is Resolution's buyback. Breaks up the Monkey King, finds that kill. They've lost only 1 lane of racks as Mag and Milan being away. Rezo wants to try and catch them. Broodmother to move into position for this. But you've still got a Force Staff up in 9 seconds and another Cogs up now for Milan to block the ramp. Get himself down to the low ground. No Tail's not giving up this fast though. Milan's going to get chased down here. Slowed by the Skadi. Force up into the arms of Resolution. Clockwork. See ya. What's happening? Top lane. Puck, hello. No spells available. Oh, no items available, but you've got your phase shift and your orb. But it's a nice play from Jirax there. Stun you up.
Yeah. So unfortunately, even though they get all of these kills, the lanes are so deeply pushed that they're not going to have that much time to really do anything with this. Most probably going to go for the tier 2 mid. I don't really see them reaching high ground during this time. Even though they have so many strong heroes to push both buildings and waves, it's just really well done by Planet Dog.
You want to say odd, right?
Yeah, I'm so confused. Or like Animal Planet? Planet Dog. Yeah, Planet Dog.
But there's also when you shorten it to PD, you think Pro Dota. Oh,
I
do.
think Pro Dota more than I think most people, maybe. Yeah.
Oh boy, nice.
As Mag's caught it as well. This is really huge. You're chaining these kills, and this is one of the worst feelings as Planet Dog. Like, you establish control, you get these racks, and then OG managed to chain these kills. And the big reason why this is so important is you get to push out the waves, and then you find another pickoff. Now they basically earn themselves another 70 seconds of like a power play where they can do stuff without the enemy team being all on the board.
Forcing 1 buyback. Not going to get Mags, it looks like, but Roshan being alive. The Rocket Flare scouts it out, the big pings arrive saying, right, this is where we fight. This is the hill we stand on. Both of these squads, it feels like, try and maneuver himself towards the northern side of this Roshan pit. Observer ward from OG might just spot him as he comes in, but it's a black hole! Catching two! Oh my goodness, did you up? Obviously BKB, but it looks like it's too little too late. He's right-click down. S4 comes out of nowhere and gets a huge one. Milan's gonna get Requiem down as Resolution winds it up and lets it go. And No Tail tanking through everything that Mag's throwing at him. The BKB's worn off. Digirat arrives again, but this dieback is about to happen and the game might just end. OG, from a position of weakness, come out striking twice while the iron is hot, going into Roshan, but S4, I didn't see the start of it, but we caught the end, that black hole defining the end of this game.
Yeah, just, you know, like, so if you're Planet Dog, you're thinking that they're inside of the Roshan pit, you don't really feel too worried as you're running there, but they don't keep their positioning during this entire time, and just for a slight moment.
Where was he? Where was S4?
So they actually had this Rasta standing on the high ground next to these wards, and then S4, I do believe, was standing in the back, force-stabs himself in, and then gets that black hole off, but it really is, like, it stinks to lose this game, because, you know, you have this Bane that can just cancel the black hole, but
at one moment.
Yeah, I'm sure throughout this entire game, the only thing that's been on J4's mind is, you know what, my job is to cancel this black hole, but then you're, like, so sure that they're inside of the Roche pit, and that's what you're thinking about. And S4's just in perfect position to abuse that, and gets that black hole.
One outplay. One sick maneuver. Milan trying to hold them back away from these racks, but No Tail, he's got one thing on his mind. Destroy buildings. Orania, nice little play here to hex up and nearly take down the Shallow Shaman, but fly through the majority of this damage. There's a good hook shot into, what, 3-man cogs? Sick Milan with that Aghanim Scepter up and running. Nice little jump forward will send OG packing. PD do hold on to the remainder of their base here. 1.5 lanes of racks gone. OG, they're one melee racks ahead, but they can go back in and do Roshan at this point. And they're forced out. Let's have a look actually. How many buybacks? Puck, Monkey, DK, all without buyback now for the next 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, basically all the important heroes, if you can say that, for Planet Dog do not have buybacks. And now they also get the Roshan Aegis onto SF, and they're most likely just going to back off here, reset, make sure they don't get caught. I really like this play, showing a lot of discipline. And I think in this last couple of engagements, it shows OG's experience advantage. You know, they've won so many games from behind that they know that they can do this. They don't start doing anything unnecessary. They just play this game the way that they know they're supposed to and wait for that mistake from Planet Dog and are in position to punish it winner. And I think that's really the biggest advantage that you get from being a more experienced team, is that you kind of know that you've done it so many times before, so you can do it and you don't lose faith. And I really hope for Planet Dog that is like more of a fresh stack, that they don't let it get into their heads too much. Hey, you know, like, all they need to say is, you know what, they got a black hole off, just next time don't give it to him and we'll be fine.
Time, don't. S4, he's going to try and find ways these fights. We've not seen many black holes. It feels like maybe, you know, 4, 5 across the 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But every single one has been super meaningful for getting big pick-off. Big 4 heroes. Rania now on this puck. They going up with 1. Courier's coming out, yeah, with 2 additional levels here. Puck, PD position themselves reasonably decent spot. Keep bot lane pushed in and then cut mid-wave. Have the double lanes. OG's base. But they don't have that kind of proxy push. They don't have that Eidolon spiraling serpent wards nonsense to go up onto high ground so easily. They're pretty reliant on their BKBs on these melee cores, it feels like, to actually breach high ground. The DK, you know, walking up, tanking a bit, popping BKB to turn. OG, you know, play outside of their base.
Yeah, they have these wards set up from before, and they see Puck moving up towards the top lane, so they know that most probably alone going for this, and they smoke straight and heading to him. As Rezo's also scouting out his own jungle, making sure that nobody's hanging around there.
Scan in.
No buyback as well on this Puck, so S4 probably won't hesitate to use the black hole.
Fly. No, they've got the chain CC. They don't even need the black hole to be used. Rania, 100 seconds. And this surely to be the last fight from Planet Dog coming up in the next 30 seconds or so as OG. They're corralling them back. They're herding them like sheep into this pen that was once their base. Hide back, bunker down. Keep your buildings alive, PD, because OG are coming for you. Look at that solar crest for the Monkey King. Anything anything to try and give them an edge in this team fight. The Ranger Axe for OG. Likely going to end with a bang as S4. You can feel it. He's looking for that 2-3-man black hole with his BKB up. Jirax is going to get the silence in onto Clockwork, but that was a sick hook shot landing in onto 2. As S4, he's just waiting, biding his time. Okay, no tail, you can die. I'm going to hold my black hole for now. Maybe I'll save resolution in a little bit because low HP Shadow Fiend is sprinting away from this fight. As PD, they've caught onto another 2 kills in quick succession in a 4v5 while defending high ground. Sure, they're going to lose out on some more buildings here, but if they get another kill, hook shot ready in a second. Oh, he got the vision, he had the dusk, but resolution sidesteps like a ballerina. Off he goes, and Milan's going to be left scratching his head, wondering how he didn't land that hook shot.
Yeah, he got a couple of huge ones there on the high ground there. He didn't see the Rasta just blindly hooked them, finds that kill, but I don't think this fight is quite over yet. It looks like Ditchera might be in a bit of trouble. Rezo wants him.
Oh, the Midnight Pulse nearly catches. If Jirax can go forward. Blink on cooldown, though. They'll give up on. Serpent Wards in the meantime, what they got? The Ranger Axe down the bottom after tier 3. Definitely opened up the Dire base a little bit further as the tier 4s are being chipped away at. Ranged creep. Or still holds on to the black hole. He's been doing a lot of this.
Yeah.
That fear, that threat.
Exactly. Sometimes it's so much more valuable than like popping that black hole. Because as soon as you do it, you know, everybody gets a bit relaxed and they're like, okay, we can do what we want. So really utilizing that in this game feels like it's more valuable than actually using it for maybe 1 or 2 kills.
Or to save 1 or 2 lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Puck now alive again. Gonna be stuck in this kind of position where you are just pushing out waves, but with a haste rune, maybe able to make some action with the rest of the team up towards the top half of the map. OG ready as 5. No Roshan for at least 3 minutes. Like they just want to keep this top lane shoved in as hard as they can. Again, just play around the vision that they've got. Obs and Sentry up on the high ground means that Jirax, 2-man stun silence. Say goodnight, PD, unless Milan can get this done. Nice 2-man hook shot, but they've already lost their Monkey King, dead for 100. Courier's falling as well. Collateral damage in the face of all of this destruction. OG, oh, go on. Finish him off. Put him out of his misery. Milan dies and might just call GG in a second. They're going to lose the entirety of their base at this point.
Yeah, I'm trying to recollect in this game if there's been any like straight up 5 versus 5 fight in which OG came out on top, and I think the answer is no. All of these plays that have happened in this game have been off of OG, like having some sick ward, noticing someone being out of position, as teamfight starting, S4's in trouble.
Oh, he's okay. He's fine. He BKB's black hole, says goodbye to Mag. Dagon's being used in the back. I can't see where the puck is. Where are you hiding? Oh, there you are. Phase shifted, but now hexed, shackled, CC'd, killed, dead. S4's on a mega kill streak, proving his worth as mega creeps will be obtained. Potentially, no, they've got the stuns onto No Tail. Malerax does stay alive, but you can feel that Fly's gonna a little bit. Couple of hits, maybe just throw your Serpent Wards in. Just go for it. Serpent Wards are there, mega creeps obtained, and now things become really hard for PD.
Yeah, I don't know the best heroes to deal with these waves, though, because it's so late into the game. Most of these heroes have a lot of items, so they can probably hold on to the creep waves. It won't mean instant GG. OG's still gonna have to win that one fight, and like I said, I can't remember them actually winning a straight up 5v5 fight, but now they have so many tools. Refresher on Enigma's about to go live.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's a very happy Enigma this game. And, you know, Resolution's very farmed up too, so now it's like, you're playing as both Mega Creeps as well as these heroes. But it does not necessarily mean GG. I think Planet Dog, if they can pull out a fight, like they did earlier, they can still do this.
And put themselves in that buyback cycle situation. Trouble is, OG have 4 buybacks across 3 of their cores and the Shadow Shaman with the defender's advantage.
Yeah.
Looks like a miracle's needed, but Planet Dog, like I think they've got the tools to maybe manufacture this miracle. But S4, not S4, Resolution has found Barania. Puck dies. I'm just so used to seeing Puck and thinking S4, but it's not. It's Milan now jumping in, finding the Enigma. Midnight Pulse down. Got his black hole refresher BKB. He's just going to throw one of them onto the Clockwork. Screw you, Milan! Stop hookshotting me! Get out of my face! Magnetize is there to clear him up. They do take down a building, but they call GG, realizing it's over. It's in their base. there's a big bad Shadow Fiend destroying their throne, and S4 will finish up with a glorious black hole. But OG take game number 1. Good attempt though. Not as convincing as some of the previous matches. Planet Dog definitely